so she says, with her Toastmaster speeches here at Altamont Springs meetings. Not that she doesn't enjoy speaking, and not that she doesn't like the challenge of figuring out what is worth speaking about and what is not. And certainly not that she doesn't enjoy being with every one of us here. It's rather that she has been disqualified at each speech she has given. So to address that problem, she has thought long and hard about it and will share with you her experiences with time and timing. Her speech today is about the big loves of my life and what they taught me about time. Please welcome Bonny Perez.
Thank you. Thank you. It really all is a matter of time. Time heals, time flows, time stops, time ravages, time effervesces, time qualifies and disqualifies. Because of that, I'm going to move over to you, Reed, a little bit, because I've got it straight in front of me. Not all cultures have the same perception of time as we do here in America. I've traveled a lot, and however, the biggest lessons I've had about the nature of subjective time came in the 5th and 6th grades. The big loves of my life. The biggest, there was Jimmy Rossi. Jimmy Rossi was new to the class. Jimmy Rossi sat next to me just as Reed is sitting next to me. Jimmy Rossi is not sitting as quietly, was not sitting as quietly as Reed. Jimmy Rossi would always come to class late. As soon as he got to class, he would throw down his books, and they would be a mess within 10 seconds. Jimmy Rossi was always able to start in class on time, but he never completed anything. He was a basketball player at the time, and he began as a great upstart, but he never did the exercises necessary to become good enough to get on the team. Jimmy Rossi was the big love of my life, until Joni, my best friend then, took him away from me. Next year, Jimmy had moved. Being the son of Italian immigrants, he had moved to a new city, a new job. Her father had a new job. Then, next year, there was Gerhard Eberhard. Gerhard Eberhard was ever so German. Beautiful blonde hair, ever so, quite a bit like Reed here, very structured, very orderly in fashion. He was always early. We hated him because he always got his assignments in on time. I had fallen in love with him though. Not only did he get his assignments in on time, he took over tasks in the room in a very orderly fashion. He was able to organize any homeroom assignment according to the way it should be done, step by step by step. Those are two worlds, the Jimmy Rossis of the world and the Gerhard Eberhards of the world. Jimmy happened really to be Italian, and Gerhard happened to be German. Between those two worlds are an infinite number of different ways that people can look at time, experience time, and live time. Later, I came to understand how very important this is in business. When I left for the States and went to Switzerland, I didn't have problems with being places on time. I came to meetings. Right then, 8 o'clock meeting, I was there at 8 o'clock. I learned that I was too late. In Switzerland, you need to be at an appointment between 5 and 10 minutes early, and that's a gesture of respect.
Oh.
Well, I didn't know that for years, until somebody said, "You're always late." I'm never late. You're always late. And then I realized that there was resistance. There had been resistance there against this American come-uppity who thought that she could handle the business world. Other things I did wrong too. I never had a strict agenda in my business meetings. That, as an American, I thought, we're going to get this, accomplish this and this, and I was a business owner, and so I had the say. However, I came to realize that in Switzerland, in Germany, in this world of Northern Europe, that this is extremely important. If one does not say, first we're going to do this, and then we're going to talk about this, and then we're going to solve this, and I expect this and that, you are disrespected. Now, Jimmy would have had great difficulties with that. I'd like to give you a model of how these two things can work, and my purpose, or my hope, is that as you go out that door today and you go on about your business, either at home, in the office, that you'll take some of these thoughts with you and ask yourself, what am I like in terms of time? What is my colleague like? I'm going to read this list. This is Gerhard.
Here.
One at a time. You do things one at a time. You have a rigid approach to time. Time is everything. You always have a strict agenda. You focus on a task and you stay on that task till the very end. You complete every job before you begin another one, and you emphasize promptness. That's Gerhard out there. Jimmy. And the Greeks, and probably the Spanish and the Portuguese also, as we have come to know. Oh, I can do this, and I can do that, and we can do that, and we'll start this here, and then maybe we'll go here. Many tasks at a time, at the same time. A flexible approach. And now, that gives you an idea. And I hope that as you have your day, as you go about your day, you perceive some of these different times and timings in yourself and in others. And I know that I'm hoping the next love of my life will teach me ever more about time.
Well.